Good morning, everyone. So I think I start the class now. Before I move on to my lectures, I would like to let you know this chapter is very crucial. So it's very important to use the table, okay, the normal distribution table in the books. When you open the book here, you will see the table here. So it's the normal distribution table. So it's very crucial for you to calculate the probabilities of the normal distribution variables. Okay, when we learn this chapter. Okay. So you can find this. You can find this table on the page 796. Okay, in the appendix. When you open the book here, so you will see the table. Also, I posted the table on canvas, so you can print it and print it yourself. Okay, maybe it will be helpful for you to do the test. Okay, and do your exercise. Okay, and this I will give you some plan for this week and next week. And this week we will have some online homework. Okay, from okay, give you some things, remind you online homework. So from 6.1 to 6.4, and iterative review, we have 6R1 maybe to 6 3, maybe something I remember that. And we have handling homework 4. Okay, due next Monday. Not next Monday next week. Okay, and remember that you have handling homework 3 due today. Okay, remember that. And that's all the things about the assignments. Okay, and the next week, that is this week. This week we will cover chapter 6. We will go over chapter 6, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, and next week I will give you the reviews, chapter 4, 5, 6, for you, so that you can have the preparation for the test 2. Okay. The next week we will have test 2. Just do next week. I remember that the day, the right day, maybe on this day. I remember that maybe. Remember that. And this day you will not go to the class to do the test. So this is the same like the exam 1. So you will stay at home, spend 3 hours to do the test. Okay, that's the thing. But I will give you some revision about the chapter 4, 5, 6 before you do the test. I will also give you some sample tests, something like this for you to prepare. Hope you guys can get the highest score. Okay, as much as you can. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So today I will not use the PowerPoint to my lecture, but I will use the board here. Okay. Today I will continue the chapter 6, normal probability distribution. Okay. Okay, normal distribution. And okay. I will recall some things about section 6.1. Okay, and okay. First thing, I will give you what is the probability, what is the normal distribution. So we have the variable x. Okay, we have the random variable x. Okay, the first thing we have the random variable x. Okay, and here the x-axis here represent for the value of x. The x-axis represent for the value of x, right? Okay. So for example, and value of x, we have the mean here. Okay, the mean here. Mu here is the mean, right? And we have standard deviation. Okay, it's sigma. So when we have the information about the mean, we have the standard deviation, and we know that the probability distribution of x is the bell-shaped or normal distribution. So we can determine the random variable x. Okay, that is the things. Okay. And here, what about the information when you draw the picture like this? Okay, I will give you the information about this. Okay, for example, when you the x-axis represent for the value of x, for example, from A to B, right? A to B here. Okay, A to B. That means here is the value of x from A to B, and the areas of these regions represent for the probability of x from A to B. Probability of x from A to B, something like this. Okay, probability of x from A to B. That is equal to the areas of these regions. Okay, for example, here we have A here, for example, and the area of these regions represent for the probabilities of x less than A, right? The region here is the probabilities of x is greater than B. Okay, clear, right? And one thing we need to remember that the areas of whole thing here, of whole area here is what? Okay, because you know that the maximum value of probability is what? So the area here, area of all thing here is what? Is what? Okay. So that is the thing. So to find the probabilities of x, for example, from A to B, we only focus on calculating the areas of this region, right? So instead of calculating probability, we just focus on how to calculate the area of this region, right? Similarly for this, we only focus on calculating these areas of this region, area of this region. If we know how to calculate the area, we can calculate the probability. Okay. That's the idea. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far about this? Okay. No question. Okay. And but in fact, we have a lot of normal distribution. We have a lot of normal distribution because we will have a lot of mean, we will have a lot of standard deviation. In this case, they will use one distribution to estimate them. It's just called standard deviation. In this case, we will standardize every normal distribution to standard distribution. How to do that? Okay, for example, we have the normal distribution like this. We have mu here, and we have the sigma is the deviation. Okay, because we have a lot of mu, we have a lot of sigma. Okay, so we can standardize to, okay, we can standardize to the standard normal distribution. In this case, the mu is equal to 0, and the standard deviation is negative is 1. So mu is 0, and the standard deviation, okay, sigma here is 1. Okay, why we need to do that? Because in this case, calculating the probability in the standard normal distribution is easier than calculating the probability or area in the normal distribution. Okay, for example, when we want to calculate the probabilities of x is less than x, something like this. Okay, x here and here is called z. Okay, we will transfer x here to z here, corresponding z here. Okay, called z score. Okay, and instead of calculating this area, we can calculating this area. Okay. Okay, this area is a probability of z less than z, and we have the
probability here, probability of x is less than x is approximately probability of z less than z. Okay, so if we know how to calculate it, we can calculate this, right? Right? If we know this guy, we can calculate this guy, right? So we only focus on how to calculate this guy. Okay, is it clear, guys? That's the idea. We only focus on how to calculate this guy. Focus on how to calculate this. Okay, because the probabilities of z less than z, okay, this z here is standard normal distribution. We have mu equals 0, sigma equals 1. So we can use a table to calculate this guy. We can use a table. If we focus on calculate this guy, we will not have a table or we not have any tool to do that, right? So we only focus on how to calculate the standard normal distribution. Okay. That's the idea how to do that. Okay. Okay, and now I will give you how to calculate the area of this region or calculate the probability of z less than z. We only focus on this kind of normal distribution. Okay. Okay, we only focus on this kind of normal distribution. In this case, the mu is 0 and sigma here is 1. We only focus on this. Okay, for example, we have z here. Okay, z here, the value of the variable z here. Okay. So we have the probability of z less than z. Focus on this. Okay, how to calculate this? Okay, to calculate this, you will use a table. Okay. Please open your table to look at on Canvas. I think I posted on Canvas, so you can open it on your phone or something. Open your table here and give you an example. Example 1. Okay, for example, I want to calculate probability of z less than 1 point. This one. Okay. For example, z I want to calculate here is this guy. Okay. 1.37. Right? I want to calculate the probability of z less than 1.37. That means I want to calculate the area of this region, right? Calculate the area of this region. Okay, so now to calculate this, so you look at the table here. Okay, so you will look at the z here. Okay, z will have the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0.3. Okay, so please look at the first column. Here, so you find 1.3 first in the first column. Okay, find 1.3 first in the first column. You will see that. Okay, so you will see here. It might be like this, right? Z here. So find the 1.3 here. 1.3 here, because we want to calculate 1.37, so we will find 1.3 here, and after that we will find in this column 007. Okay, because this guy plus this guy is equal 1.37, right? So you will look at this column and look at this row. Okay. Look at this row and this column, and you make the intersection of these. and you will see the value here. Okay, 1.3 here and 1007, and make the intersection of them. So we have the value here is 0.9147. Okay, that is the value. Okay. When you look at this, so this value here, so you can imply that the probabilities of Z less than this number is approximately equal to this value. Is it clear, guys? Okay. That is the way to find the area of these regions or find the probabilities of this value. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Now we will move on to the next example that is harder than this example. Okay, now I don't want to calculate. The value of the probability of Z less than a number. I want to calculate the probability of Z greater than number, something like that. Okay, find probabilities of Z. Maybe I want to calculate 2.26, something like this. So I will draw a picture for this. Z here is the standard normal distribution. Okay. When I say Z is standard normal distribution, you should know that mu here is 0 and sigma is 1. Okay. Remember that. Okay, Z. And Z is greater than this number. Okay, so 0 here. So 2.26. Okay. Z greater than this number. That means I will choose this region, right? We choose this region. Okay, right. Clear, right? We will choose this region. But in the table will not help us to calculate this kind of area, right? They just help us to calculate the probabilities or the area of the left side, area from the left side, something like that. They only help us to calculate this, right? Only help us. So you cannot use the table to find the area of this guy. So to do that, to calculate the area of this guy, we can calculate the area of this region first, and after that we will use the probability. The property here is the area of whole set here is 1, right? The area of the total area here is 1, right? So if we know how to calculate the area of this region, we can calculate the area of this region, right? By using 1 minus to the area of S here. And so we have the rock is equal to probability of this guy, right? So we only focus on how to calculate the area of this region, right? That is the first step. And after that, we will use this property to find the probability of Z of this one. Okay, is it clear? Is the idea? Okay. Okay. So now I will proceed how to calculate this. Okay. So we see that the areas of S here is equal to the probabilities of Z less than or equal to 6, right? Okay. So now we use a table to find it. Okay, use the table to find it. Okay, to find this, you use this table, and you will look at the row is 2.2, right? 2.2, and you will look at the the column 0, 0.6, right? Okay, and after that you make the intersection. Basically, and the answer here is okay. Okay, is 09881. Right. Okay, that is the area of this guy. So it is 09881. Okay. So we have the area of S here. So that we imply that the probability of Z greater than this number. Okay, we use these properties. 1 minus to this value, right? To this value. And after that, we will get the result. Okay, is it clear, guys? Maybe you use a calculator to calculate this value. It's 1 minus 0.991. So the value here is 0.0119. Any questions so far? Okay, question.
So you use this method when Z is greater than, and then when Z is less than, you can just use the number that you get in the table?
Yes.
All right, fantastic, thank you.
Okay. So we can use we will deal with a lot of problem, like we can calculate the probability from this Z between two numbers, or Z okay, we have a lot of case to do that. Not just K, not this just K. For example, we will calculate the probabilities of Z between two numbers A and B, or we calculate the probability between Z, calculate Z is less than A, or Z is greater than B, something like that. Okay, we have a lot of kind of problems. So in this case, we can use the table to do this. Okay, it's just flexible. Okay, I will give you a more example to do that. No problem for it with this. Okay, and here I will give you another example. Okay. Another example for you to understand more about using the table. Okay. Okay. Help me to find the probabilities of Z between two numbers. 1.68 less than Z less than 2. Okay. I will draw the picture for this. We have 0 here, and we have this number, and we have this number. So this means the probability of Z between two numbers here, that you need to calculate the area of this region, right? Okay. How to calculate the area of this region? We cannot use the table immediately, right? We need to do something about this. Okay. Okay, look at the region here. So we have the idea here. So maybe instead of calculating directly this, we can calculate the areas of this Y, of this guy first. Okay, 2, for example. Okay, we calculate the area of this guy, and we minus to the area of this guy. Right? We calculate the area of this guy, and we minus to the area of this guy, and after that, it's equal to the area from here to here. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Okay. So to calculate this and calculate this, you can do right, and after that you make the multiplication for this. Okay, not multiplication. We make the difference between them, and we will get the result here. Okay. So tell me, what is the area of this region? What is the area of this region? Of the first region of this guy. Tell me probability of Z less than 2 here. That is the area of this guy. How to calculate this? lead, right? Lead, right? Okay. Wait a minute.
I got 0.9.
Okay. So you is 0. Could you say it again?
0.9772.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, when you look at the table, so you find the probabilities of A is 0, 99, 9772. Okay, exactly. Okay, because you look at this guy and Z here, so you find 2 0 and 0 here. And you find the intersection between them, so you get this number. Okay? And could you tell me what's about the probability of Z less than this number? Negative, okay, negative. Could you tell me? You Maria, right?
I got 0.0465.
0, okay. A. Okay, how much you get?
0.0465.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, 0.0465. Okay. Right, exactly. Okay, exactly. Okay, so now how to find the area of this guy? So you look at the region here. The area of this region is equal to the area of this region minus to the area of this region. Right? So you imply that the probability of Z from negative this number to 2 is equal to this guy minus to the area to the value here. So we will get the result here. Okay, clear, right? That is the probability of Z less than 2, the probability of Z less than negative 1.86. And after that, you will get the result here. Okay, it's 0 minus this number. So it is 0.9307. Any question about this? Okay, I will give you one more example, and after that I will give you a chance to do some practice exercise. So okay, so now we will find the probability of Z less than negative 2.5. Okay, fine. Okay, or Z greater than Z greater than 3. To do that, we first draw the picture about this probability. 0 here. So it's negative 2.5, so it's here, right? And 3 here. Okay, the probability of Z less than or equal this number here, or this here. Okay, because Z cannot equal to this number and equal to this number together, right? Because if it's less than this one, it cannot be greater than 3. Okay, so right here or here, exactly. So to calculate the probability of this of Z less than or equal negative 2.5 or Z greater than 3, we only calculate the probability of this guy. Calculate the area of this region, of these regions. Okay. So to do that, we will calculate the region, the area of this region, calculate the area of these regions, and make the sum of these. Okay, is it clear? That's the idea. To calculate the area here, we use a table, and to calculate the area here, we can calculate the area of these things and make the 1 minus to the area of these things. Okay, that's the idea. And could you tell me? Now I will give you some time to think about how to calculate the area of this one, and calculate the area of this one, and make the sum. Okay, Sven,
Okay, think about it in a few minutes. Okay. And I encourage you to go on the board and do this problem for me. Okay. Any volunteer? Okay, you can use the table, my table. I have a table here, so you can use my table if you want to go on the board. It's very heavy. Bring it. Okay, you are author, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Right. You do correctly, but you forget one step. Okay. But I want to calculate the probability of z less than this equal to this value, so you can lose that. Okay. Let we use the sum of probabilities. Probability of this guy plus the probability of this guy. And after that, you make the sum of these. Okay, but the idea of your idea is correctly. Okay, to calculate this, okay, and not get the value here. Okay, clear, right? I know some of you don't want to go on the board because I take the camera here, so I will stop here. Because okay, I will give you some practice exercise, and now I don't need to record it. So I will stop here so you can comfortable when you go on the board.